Hey, hi, and hello there, and welcome to me reacting to the Onlyfangs guild meeting. Now, I have been a WoW player in the past, and I'm also a big-time watcher of many streamers, Soda Poppin' included, and a lot of the people that end up joining Onlyfangs. I think that it's very fun, it's very cool, it's a good way to get it's not only good for like WoW, but it's also good for the community. Getting different people to play World of Warcraft, which is kind of it's like an iconic game, and getting them to experience the trials and tribulations that were WoW Classic. I played Classic era. I played Hardcore. I played over in Season Discovery. I played all kinds of different expansions. I'm very off and on with WoW, mostly off. But I do have very fond memories of playing the game when I was young, when I was a kid, playing Classic, playing the Burning Crusade, and stuff like that. Obviously, the game has been out for like forever. They just had like the 30 years of Warcraft or something like that. Crazy. Onlyfangs I like because it revitalizes the World of Warcraft. The hardcore realms get a good surge of like people playing and interested in it. Me personally, I don't care. I could take it or leave it when it comes to playing WoW. But if it were in like a setting like this, of course I'd love to play it. I'd love to get involved with something like this. But the OnlyFangs, if you don't know very much about it, it's worth looking into. They did it on Alliance before, where it's a bunch of streamers. There are sweats. There are people who have played World of Warcraft a ton, and then there are people who haven't played it like at all and are just doing it for the first time, playing on hardcore, which is World of Warcraft is a game designed around it's sort of expected that you're going to die. And so playing hardcore where if you die, you lose everything, it adds a whole new element of just risk to every single thing that you do in the game. There's so many unfair ways to die in classic World of Warcraft that playing it hardcore is a test of spirit, to say the least. And so that's why I enjoy it. I played a little bit of hardcore on my own, but without like other people to play it with, it just wasn't as fun. And that's how I feel about World of Warcraft in general. Without an existing community of people to play with, trying to find a community can be very scary. It can be very, I don't know, it can be very intimidating to somebody who's not as much of a social person. But I've blathered on for long enough. We're going to watch the Onlyfangs guild meeting. There's a lot of people in Onlyfangs this time around that I think is very exciting. It's very exciting.
Yo, what up? You guys hear me?
And they're playing Horde.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Hello. What up, guys?
Hello.
Yeah, what up?
We'll turn it off.
Yo.
Kicking right off the bat, that's
All I'm gonna
Tyler
say is
1.
real quick, WoW is the easiest game ever made, and if you think it's hard, you're bad at games. There, I said it.
You're dying at level 10.
Wow.
I'm just saying, you guys all play this game, probably for a living, and you just like bank so much time in it, you think it's fake loud. Or excuse me.
Wait,
fake hard.
did that come from the League player?
Jesus Christ.
I think so. WoW, in regards to what T1 said, I know we're only 30 seconds in and we're already talking. WoW is not hard. It's not. It's just unfair. It's like a lot of things. It's a lot of knowledge checks. It's not. WoW hardcore is not going to be. It's not like. It's not hard in a traditional sense. It's hard in like it's a dedication of time. It's a dedication of mental fortitude. And it's a realization that it can all come crumbling down the second you pull one too many mobs. It's over as soon as that happens. That's the excitement, you know?
Oh.
But I'll let them continue. I don't want to pause too much.
All right, hold on. Be right back, guys.
Did Meteos die last time we played? Last time? I'm pretty sure Meteos died. He was in the guild.
I feel like Meteos was sort of
Did he
chilling
play?
when he did it.
I think
Meteos is
Buckeye.
actually really good at
I
WoW.
think
they played.
Hold on.
He was playing hardcore. It wasn't with us. I
Meteos,
think he
the
had
lead
a
player?
flip.
We had a lot of people die,
Do we
but
have any league players left?
Meteos was doing
we
his own
have
thing.
a lot of everything.
Yeah.
This guild is all
think
over the
Meteos
yes, last
does
time it was all over the place.
PvP,
This
and he's,
time
like,
it is even more all over the place.
Really good at it.
I know.
You mean like streamer wise?
Whatever. I
Yeah,
digress.
like variety wise, just from all we have a lot of role players more than last time. We have more of everything. We just more everyone.
I
and
feel
everything.
like role players is good for the guild.
There's a lot of role
I
players.
like that.
You're welcome.
Hell
You're
yeah.
fucking welcome, dude.
Which is great. I
see
love
you
that.
guys.
Playing content.
So with voice procs, you're peak content.
So,
You're so
I feel
fucking
like there's
welcome that I
so
gave you
much
that
like
question.
opportunity for.
Oh God.
They'll give the voice comps too.
so it's 2 minutes early, but I kind of just want to start.
There's so
have
much
you guys
opportunity for
discussed at
people to
all
just,
about
like,
the
have fun
fresh
with
and
it?
progression systems. Have we talked about
Because
that?
the leveling is going to take
Okay.
so.
Last hour.
All right.
Everyone was discussing.
I'm pausing it again. The leveling journey for everybody to get to 60 on a hardcore guild found only, which I'm sure they'll talk about, is going to take so long. You want people that are just entertaining. You don't want people that are just gamers. You want people that are role players. Role players are they're gonna liven it up a little bit, and I feel like that was a good choice.
Just waiting on you.
So, just a reminder that we have a lot of people that don't play WoW. This is if you're not going to understand what's going on, that's okay, but just understand that this is a curveball that hit all of us. Essentially, the game is going to be released one boss at a time, spread between 3 months. It's a progression server. That's how it's
I feel like the
typically done.
progression
We just didn't
server is
expect
fine.
that. Usually you would level up and all the bosses are available and you set your own pace. Hey, we haven't really farmed this first raid very much, but I think it's enough to go do the second raid. And you could just go do it, and that's what people expected. That's not what we got. So the debate is, do we just go play an old server or do we play on the classic fresh server? And I don't know what the right answer here is. I really don't.
Playing on like an old server just wouldn't be as fun.
We took down some nodes.
Chance, you really think we're gonna do this?
A lot of his chat is spamming old.
We're not going to be playing this for a year.
I feel like
Playing
it's
5 months for Blackwing Lair.
We can't even do like 3 weeks of the
So,
same raid for content.
The reality is, if we play on the classic fresh server and we are stuck there, and it's stuck, and it stays with progression, and it goes with what it says it's going to be doing, we're going to get max level, and let's just say we do it in 2 months.
New
and we're
server is
start
gonna be
raiding.
way more
We will clear
exciting.
Molten Core, and that'll be great, and we will farm Molten Core for a month of the same raid before we are able to go into the next raid.
Right.
And then we will farm that raid for 3
Don't we have
months.
to do that anyway for Cloak?
Just
Yeah, I
to
mean,
cut you
that's-
off,
that's
it would be
wild.
2 months of farming.
3
Multiple core, best
months
case scenario.
of Molten Core is the easiest.
4 months.
It's easiest with Molten Core because, sure, like the leveling experience will already take months in itself. So the beginning won't be that bad. Won't have to farm Molten Core too long. But once we go into BWL, we'll already have leveled. We're already 60. Sure, some people will die and have to re-level. But most of us are going to be raid logging. It's going to
There's
kill the
no-
guild.
I feel like there's no way I actually am gonna play World of Warcraft. I want to play the one that we were playing before, not this progressive bullshit.
No
You
one
and I are not allowed on progressive. I don't think we do progressive.
From my perspective, Miz is right here, right? Like,
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone that isn't playing WoW probably is only going to play for a month or two, which means the progressive server or
Bullshit.
Not,
At least 3 months, their ass
you
is
pay
mine.
me, I'll play longer. I promise to God.
thought we were gonna be done by Christmas.
To me, I
I
love
feel
it.
like
If you're committing, I'm locking your ass in for 3 to 4 months. But after that,
You have
I'm
to
within
dedicate
reason. I'm
to
like,
it.
okay, yeah, this is kind of getting ridiculous.
Plus, it's not
and that's
calculating
why
in
I'm
all the
hesitant about the fresh
times,
server. But it's also a
all
fresh
the
server.
fuck-ups
It's new.
that could
Everyone's
happen.
starting level 1, and we're going to miss out on that. Ideally, we play on the fresh server, and if they allow it, we transfer off once we clear Molten Core. But is that possible?
You're here.
Currently, no. You would need to convince them.
Yes.
So
no,
this
they
is
won't.
like-
They 100%
We don't know.
won't.
We don't know if that's true. We don't know if we can or not.
They won't let you.
Right now, they've announced that you could transfer to a PvE server. We don't know if you can transfer to a PvP server.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be a good idea.
We don't want to transfer to a
We wouldn't
PvP
want that.
server,
We
but
want to
we're
transfer
trying to
to
transfer to
hardcore.
old hardcore.
I mean, they're
New
trying to
hardcore
like
old hardcore. That
Exactly.
should be an option. If we can do that, We
They just
are
don't want to
golden.
get
Go
caught in a
fresh, transfer
situation
off,
where they
finish
can't
an axe.
like
Hell yeah.
True. That'd be cool.
For the boys.
That
We
would
can
be
convince them of that.
where they
to be
can't like
honest.
Deal.
advance at all because
That
there's
would-
And it
nothing
could be
to
paid.
do.
that would
There's
That's fine.
guys. There's 0% chance they would let you start playing on a new fresh hardcore and then transfer off. Like
I don't think that there's
I don't wanna be like
0%
a bearer of bad
chance.
news, but I'm just
I agree because it's like you could just farm stuff right on a fresh server and then you just transfer it to the old.
You can.
Yeah, but nobody cares about the old hardcore servers. Any old server nobody cares about.
I don't know what I'm
I don't think it's realistic that they do that. That sounds
I
correct.
agree with that, man. It's ideal, but it's not happening.
Let's shout over each other more.
no.
Blue Box said exactly what you're able to do. Hardcore realms can transfer to normal. They cannot transfer to hardcore.
This is a really hard curveball.
Soda Poppin', you promised to explain it like nobody's ever played before. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So, god damn it. This is a curveball. No, we've all been thrown into this abyss about an hour ago. So the issue, Tyler, is
He muted.
He muted us? He muted?
He's watching the stream. Yeah.
You needed to start the dark portal.
Stop lying!
Stop lying about what? Just don't mute Discord. All right. So basically,
Tyler's not making it to Molten Core.
No, I have to mute Discord.
So,
I'm watching your stream.
let me
Like that.
let me try and explain to you like how WoW works. So whatever. We're gonna be leveling.
Into your stream. Keep going.
We're gonna be leveling.
Oh my god. So this is what annoys me to no end about the Onlyfangs stuff. And a lot of stuff that involves a ton of streamers, a ton of content creators coming together is just, can people shut the fuck up? A lot of these are adults that it's so clear that they've never been in an environment where you need to just sit and listen. And they're just very narcissistic. Just always have to get in their little one-liners, even if it's the least funny shit you've ever heard. It is mind-boggling. Just very annoying. And then you I can't imagine. Well, I imagine their audiences are just like, it's so funny. He got his little one-liner in. God, I love this guy.
For about a month. Some of us are speed levelers and we'll be done in a week. But let's focus on our the new WoW players. A month of leveling.
I mean, they have like 150 people in this Discord
and
call.
Then we're going to raid Molten Core for 2 months.
And it's always like the
It's
same
boring
10 people.
After the first or second time. It is. And we will be stuck doing that with nothing else to do for 2 months. And then BWL will release.
Boring when the gear matters, though, and we're not gonna have AQZG gear, right? So
I mean, I guess, but like
boring.
Viewers,
It's still gonna be boring.
It is still
To
boring.
be fair, that's kind of just what WoW is.
Then it sucks.
I know.
True.
WoW sucks.
Like, first we gotta make our
Saying it.
First,
Because
we
you
gotta
skipped that.
WoW is gonna get boring either way. So I think
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's
This event is probably the biggest thing that's going to be happening on this on most WoW servers. And so I think that they'll probably get preferential treatment and be like, all right, we'll do accelerated progression for the new hardcore realms. Teehee, we'll just, other ones will be like this progression, but this one can be accelerated progression. Where they'll probably like double time it on everything. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I do still like the idea of them playing on the fresh hardcore server. It just makes more sense.
Yeah,
to me. It just makes more sense.
For 12 years, it totally is.
Fresh is fresh for fresh time.
like me.
Yeah, but exactly. When you're new to the game, it's like it gets way less boring than someone who's been playing for 12 years. Of course, it gets boring for you. You run through the game.
There's weird WoW brain things going on. So bottom line is this: it's gonna be fun. Leveling is gonna be fun. All that's gonna be great. If you want to play hardcore, cool.
I'm just here to make friends, guys.
Shut the fuck up. Espen, go on.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's a horrible idea. Okay, so realistically,
Just
if you want to
shut
play
up,
WoW,
please,
then
man.
go play fresh or something while you're waiting for BWL to come out. Like Onlyfangs just kind of like slows down a little bit once we hit 60.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
But you can't. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do all day?
You are
You're not gonna
wrong.
grind it.
So I'm gonna say
Taking a break the stories to hype.
Because we're gonna have to raid log.
Esfand, taking breaks kills hype. When people have to raid log,
that's what I'm saying.
They're going to quit. They quit. They will not log back in.
just ask Blizzard for drops?
I agree.
What the
So
fuck is raid logging?
Bang.
like I agree.
Clear a raid and then log off. Until
What's
Tuesday.
that
This is a
accomplish?
tough decision.
Raid
I'm not
logging,
sure
you literally
exactly
just
what we're gonna
log
do.
in, you raid, that's it.
Here's what I think we do. I'm gonna ask around and see what the fuck can happen. Maybe something can, like a transfer or something. I don't expect them to do it, and it wouldn't surprise me if they fucking don't. But we're going to probably just, at this point, unless something changes, we're just gonna go Defias Pillager. Unless I find out we can yeah.
No.
Okay. Yeah. They don't want to go back.
Things are worse than ever.
That's literally going to be everybody's reaction, bro.
shut
Nobody
up.
wants to play DP.
Oh, shut up. Let's go to sleep.
Fun, guys. DP is great.
All right, we can
Shut up, S-Fam.
That's the main thing.
I'm pro DP.
we can talk
DP,
about it.
hardcore
The atmosphere
DP.
of
Right?
DP sucks though, because everyone's just geared running around. Like we want a fresh server.
I agree.
I agree.
Fresh server would be great. I just know we're gonna regret it when we're sitting there and we've cleared Molten Core and we're raid logging and the vibes are down and everyone's quitting. Just like last Onlyfangs.
have fun.
What if there's a different?
They won't.
Isn't the most
I have a
hype
question.
part the first month or 2? 160 is the most fun, and them getting to Molten
Okay,
Core, that's a
so,
good
hold on.
experience.
So,
I think that
All right, let me
it's
just-
just
So
it's
we-
going to
we
take a
clear
lot
Molten
longer
Core.
for people to
risk
get to
and the
60,
hype
let
of
alone
doing a new
safely.
raid with our guild
Because
is
nobody's
now
going to have
gone.
gear.
Okay, the risk of deaths are now gone. The excitement of logging in and playing the game for your viewers don't care anymore. They will not care for 3 months.
I have a question.
What about no world buffs?
Still not hard.
Are we doing SF? Are we doing SF?
So this discussion, I didn't expect this. I have a million things to go over. We are doing guild GSF. So if we go on Defias Pillager, the economy and everything, we are not touching it.
Can I just say something? Last time when we did Onlyfangs, we all got mob tagged to fuck to level 60.
Yeah.
That's boring.
Then we ran GDKP. We all, not me, but you guys, all eBayed thousands of gold. Then we raided MC and threw 100K gold in consumables at MC. We did it 2 times, and then we said, "Oh yeah, this is too easy."
We did that all.
Do you guys actually think? Do you guys think that we are going to level on a fresh server, SF mostly, natty, all the way to 60, gear up in dungeons with people like Russell, and then clear MC, and it's gonna be too easy?
Yeah, I think that it's genuinely going to be a tough time for him.
At 100%.
That was good.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Why'd you say my name? What the fuck? I didn't get mob tagged.
Mary is not
That
gonna
bad.
be MC December 20th.
Mary
thinks the guild falls
They're
apart.
going to have a hard time.
Okay, can I just say one thing though?
There's 4 to 5
I
months
think
out.
the best content. The best content, the most fun that we had was the leveling. Once the rating hit, it kind of just died anyways. Why the fuck does it matter?
I think you
Well, and the
meant-
leveling is going to take so damn long.
Like
Fresh
we're just
experience
not
would
gonna
be the
rate.
most
Okay,
amazing.
hold on. So what I agree with what everything Zico said. We fixed all of those issues. It is going to be. We'll get to that. We have a lot of topics. I hope y'all booked hours. We've got a lot of things to go over and explain. I agree. We're gonna get to like Molten Core and like it's the leveling is
Hold
the
on,
experience. But when we commit, what's going to
1.25.
happen is we're going to level. People are going to see Molten Core as the final raid, and afterwards we're going to quit. We're basically not going to see Nax. We're not going to see BWL. We're not going to see that stuff. Probably. Not saying for sure, because you're right. We got to farm our own consumes. I haven't gotten into GSF yet or SSF and explained to Tyler 1 and those
There's
people
no
what that
way
even
they
is. They don't
stick
even know.
around for the whole time.
But this is going to be really difficult and extremely
If they manage to
different
get
from
40
last time.
people to stick through it, then
we'll
that'll be a
we'll
miracle.
just play on the fresh server and hope to God we can transfer.
Yes.
Okay.
Here, here.
There we go. I like that.
Okay.
I think that's good.
We all model our DP characters, so it feels like fresh.
I think the best part of Classic WoW is leveling, gearing for MC, and getting that first MC clear. So what if we just make it Onlyfangs objective to clear MC without cheating this time, without mob tagging?
Without cheating.
We'll get to that. I know all of your chat are upset that they're listening to gold buyers right now and they want to be upset and talk all about how we bought gold. We will get to that and how different it's going to be. We'll get there. I promise.
Who bought gold?
I bought so much.
I've been keeping up to date on all the stuff that he's been doing on the back end to sort of like make it make it more legit so people can't just be like, oh, well, you guys, you bought gold, or oh, you could get all the gear that you wanted. You mob tagged all the way to level 60. You didn't actually level. I mean, he's going to talk about it, but they did so much on the back end to just make sure that everybody was doing it legit.
The thing is, all we spent on gold was outbidding each other in our own guild GDKPs. That's all we spent it on.
Inflation boost.
We actually just charged each other money.
All the time.
I mean, you and XQC really gave it away that one, ZG.
Yeah, it wasn't even hiding. So what? It's a whole other discussion.
Didn't you bid 10K? I was more of a death roller, actually.
Like 17K. And Sony, yeah, you did bid 10K on a Raptor.
I didn't even have that gold though.
Weren't you? You were in my DMs. I remember sitting at a stoplight. My phone. I looked at it. Don't ban me, by the way. And I looked at it. It's like, hey, Soda, can I get some of your gold to help me win this Raptor?
Listen, I'm just gonna say I got a DM from somebody that may or may not have absolutely bought a Raptor, and I asked how much they spent on it. Said they could have bought a new car. Just saying.
What? Jesus Christ. That's crazy.
Fucking loser. All right.
Guys, can we stay on topic?
Let's move on. I agree.
Guys, I'm a father. I have a child. Can we please move this along?
Absolutely.
So,
keep it down, please.
Here's the deal. Log in and buff up. So moving on, we're gonna play on the fresh server with extreme disappointment, and we're going to hope to God we can transfer off later. All right.
What if we can't?
Or that they do like accelerated releases.
Yeah, we go to man Craig. We just do it. We do it on man Craig.
Yeah, but there's no shot we're gonna re-level again and then do that.
No, we're not.
Dude, I think when they launch BWL, it's gonna be hype. Like the community's here, everyone's paying attention to it, and so what if there's like a month of downtime? People do other shit, come back. It gives you enough time to generate hype.
It's really easy to say that, Sony, but in reality, that's not how streamers function. Tyler's gonna start streaming league again.
You guys can function. You guys are the figureheads though. You can dictate where this goes.
We can get a full raid of 4 Sony digitals, and we can see how interesting that is to see Sony raid Classic WoW again. Or we can try and pander to the Tyler ones and the Seers who will never touch this game in any other format.
Wait, that's true.
When 2019 came out, you had fun and played throughout the whole year, right?
Yes,
if a new server comes out,
I did.
Yes, but Tyler one might have fun and play throughout.
We're the Seer.
That's a big
if
he has
MC
fun.
runs we can do 2 to 3, and then everyone has to not log back in.
I feel like the WoW players are underestimating how much the non-WoW players do not give a fuck outside of like actually playing it.
They don't care about this game, and that's fine. Well, here's the deal,
guys. If we took a break for like 2 or 3 weeks and waited for the next raid to come out, would you come back and do the raid?
Fuck yeah. Dude, I'm logging in.
We're gonna lose 50% of players.
Only the WoW people would come back.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Tyler just said you come back.
All right,
there it is, boys.
Okay,
Seasonal. I think if everyone is into it, then it will get.
Yeah, seasonal's like an episode of a TV.
The crosstalk is so much worse at 1.25 times speed. I'm listening to this in real time is probably absolutely maddening. I couldn't imagine it. It's just there's just people shut up, okay? These are debates that like it's important, like everybody's giving their opinion, but like the only people whose opinion that matters are the people who aren't the hardcore WoW players. It's everybody else, because at the end of the day, the sweats are gonna play WoW. It's what they do. It's everybody else that's sort of like
Season 4 only.
This is what I was cooking earlier.
Is where the entertainment derives from.
Shut up! Listen to the chance. We're moving on. All of your recommendations, every single one is something we will have to figure out later. Okay, that is when we are max level and we are actually doing MC. We can make those decisions then.
Insane.
But for now, we're gonna play on the new server with disappointment and potential problems, and that's it. Okay.
Why don't we just delay Onlyfangs a little bit longer?
We could do that too.
Can we schedule it?
No,
right before
that's a bad call.
All right. So moving on to the next topic. All right.
Hello, Chance. I'm here.
Great.
Welcome,
There he is. I don't even know if I'm gonna do this, bro.
Shut up. You are going to play.
The fuck up,
Absolutely
dude.
you are.
I would be
All
so
right.
mad.
So next discussion, a lot of you guys heard us talk about buying gold and cheating, blah, blah, blah. We cheated hard. A lot of us got banned, and we deserved it. It was bad.
You cheated.
I bought so much gold.
Yeah, you cheated.
Yeah, you cheated. I didn't cheat.
Don't care. Tons of you cheated. I don't care. Moving on.
I never
This
cheated.
time, This time, we're going to be doing something called Guild Self-Found. To explain
I
what
think
that
this
is, there's
is a
something called
smart-
Solo Self-Found.
smart
It is
idea.
something that sort of got popularized because people would use high-level enchants and high-level gear. They would have all the gold in the world, and it sort of negated the leveling experience, making it not as hard as it should be. So people created Solo Self-Found, where your character cannot trade or interact with anyone else.
Like when I played hardcore, I played it a little bit, kind of. I just played solo. I didn't have like a group or anything where we'd like share gear, share money, do any of that stuff. We didn't quest together. It was just all solo. And man, it's hard doing guild self-found or, guild found gear and stuff like that. I think is really, really smart. It's a really, really good move. And I'll get into it a little bit
the whole
more,
time
because they're going to debate
popular,
about
Blizzard
it.
made a fucking built-in thing where you can click a button and make your character actually not be able to do any of that. You can't trade whatever until you reach max. We're going to do something new. Solo self-found is too boring for our guild. I don't want us to not be able to interact with each other. So we're going to do guild self-found. It's the same thing, but you can only interact with the guild. And this is even going to carry on to level 60. It will not turn off at all. There's a couple of issues with guild self-found that a lot of people have brought up. There are ways you could have cheated the Solo Self-Found add-on a long time ago, and we're going to be using a Guild Self-Found add-on. People are worried people are going to cheat. If you try and cheat, one, there are landmines within the add-on that will alert us. You will be removed from the Discord and kicked. That's it. You're done. We're not
Hell
going
yeah.
to make content out of it. You're just
Get
done,
'em out.
because the whole reputation of the guild goes down the shitter.
Wait, landmines?
Isn't it better to just do self-found? Isn't it better to just use it? Because you can still group up with it. You just can't trade.
Yeah.
Is it really important to trade?
That's boring for everybody in the guild.
I would
Morgan and I
But-
want to be guild self-found.
Yes.
Like, how much are we going to trade within the guild?
Well,
A lot.
if you want to be a f***ing alchemist,
While leveling.
alchemy, enchanting,
A lot.
a lot.
So much.
You need a blacksmithing rod.
You're trying to do engineering and you want to make the goggles. Who's our guild skinner?
The bag maker.
We're gonna want bag.
It does so much to make sure that like everybody in the guild like communicates and works together, and it becomes like it becomes a guild. It fosters those connections more naturally than just like, all right, participate in the local economy of the biggest server with a bunch of people that you've never met and will never talk to again, and you just buy their shit from the auction house and you just never interact. You might interact in trade chat with someone to, hey, can you enchant my fucking weapon with Crusader or whatever the hell? And that's it. That's where the interactions end. But this makes it a lot more engaging for the guild.
So I'll get into that. So if you find a Staff of Jordan and you're a rogue, which is an epic level 35 staff, you get to decide who in the guild you want to give it to. You can't sell it. You can't use the auction house. You can give it to someone in the guild, though. So things like that, I want that to exist. So we have an add-on.
Someone in the guild?
Huh?
Can I sell it to someone in the guild?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what you're going to do with gold, besides buy your
Can I
mount.
vendor it?
Yes, you can. Absolutely vendor it.
House points for it.
So
You
we
get
haven't
to
gotten to the
do it.
point system yet. So when you're leveling, you are only allowed to trade with other members in the guild. You are only allowed to, you can't use the auction house. You can only mail and receive mail from people within the guild. I don't even think the add-on lets you try. And if you try and configure the add-on to allow you to, that's where the landmines are. That's where
That's
if
cool.
you get in disgust, or like if someone comes to me and you log in, I just found this fiery war axe randomly off stream. I'm gonna make you vendor it on stream. You're just gonna vendor it because I don't believe you. If you randomly have 8 stacks of tin, I found it off stream, you're gonna vendor it. All right, so I just recommend you don't do anything crazy off stream. And if you do find it off stream, take a screenshot, do whatever you can to make it
That's
as
good. Hold him to
non-stupid.
that
Like,
standard, man.
There's no way you're lying.
I like
Okay.
that.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What if I'm like just killing like 5 or 6 mobs off stream, and I get 5 or 6 new bags in a row off those mobs?
I'll believe that.
Okay, yes.
Send a
You take a screenshot.
Okay,
the
take a screenshot. You can actually screenshot receiving the loot and the picture of you in the game. And I would just do that. Just hit print screen.
I have an actual question.
Chance of raising my hand.
Go ahead, Miz. Okay, Miz, go ahead.
So what are we doing about mob tagging? Because I feel like that became a huge problem.
Well, mob
just-
tagging
you
isn't going to
probably
exist
can.
on a fresh server.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Can you
level
explain
1.
it for Tyler because he has a kid?
Okay.
That's true.
So
That's true. We didn't consider that.
the other, so last OnlyFangs, what we did, when people would die, you can essentially have a higher level. If you do 30% of the mob's health, I think, I don't know the exact numbers, and then the level 60 just one-shots the rest, you get full experience for that. So there are methods where high levels can speed power level someone really quickly to max level, and we abuse the hell out of it. Well, there's going to be no max levels.
Well,
it's
not going to happen this time around.
You're just not going to be
on
allowed
a fresh
to do
server.
that
That's
unless we
why
make
it's
some type of guild like council.
That's why it's
decision
good to do it
allow
on a fresh server.
I am worried because this guild is meant for the new players to reach 60 and raid, and I think everyone here has been informed of that. This is the actual game that we're going to be playing, and I'm worried some of you may not make it to 60 in time. The quota is going to be a lot more lenient. Last time, a lot of you guys joined in like halfway in, so you had to double level. I don't know what kind of time we're going to give. We're going to play it by ear. I'm thinking like a month and a half to reach max level, something around there. But it's going to be really hard.
Well, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who just straight up drop off as soon as they reach, like, if you invest like days and weeks into a character, if somebody gets to like level 50 with a character and they die, they're probably not logging back on. They are probably done. They died in the game. They died in real life. They're probably quitting. But I mean, that's just an assumption.
That's a short time.
Are we doing Horde too?
Tyler has a kid.
Man, what?
You're right. We're playing Horde. We will be playing Horde. But and that's why I said play it by ear. You know, we're gonna figure that out. There's not gonna be any set quota while starting off because I gotta see how bad you guys are. I gotta see how many deaths. We have so many different dumb things happening, like proximity voice add-on, which we'll get into. That's just gonna make people probably die for content, and so we're gonna be even weaker. Not only are we not gonna have mob tagging,
content
or
is the most
buying
important
gold
thing.
or any of that. We're also gonna be more f***ing stupid. Just everyone.
It's probably a given, but we're not gonna be able to do MC like on our own before the guild, right?
You cannot do any raids without the guild. Guild only. Across
I have a question about guild self-found.
Okay.
Are you allowing ults in the guild? Like bank ults?
As long as they're the... Oh, I didn't even tell you guys about the race selection. Yes, as long as they're the same race. You're locked into your race, even on your alts.
Are we allowed to do dungeons with people that aren't in the guild?
Ults or no?
That was just said, man.
That was my question.
That was a second ago.
I just said that.
Are we even gonna?
I think I'm brain dead. Sorry.
You have a question? Are we doing bank ults?
You can have a bank ult.
We're allowed to have bank ults.
I feel like having a bank ult is smart.
Legitimate question.
No, would it be better if we had...
Because, like, I mean, let's say you gather a bunch of materials on one character. You find a bunch of greens. You find a bunch... You just find stuff on a character. You do not want to... So let's say you die on that character. All of those greens, all of those mats, all of that, everything goes away. Let's just say you send all those greens, all those mats, all of the, gold. I don't know. Once again, you don't really need gold in a guild self-found. All that stuff, you send all of that to a bank alt. Then, as soon as you die, that your main character dies, your bank alt is already holding on to all of the valuables that can then still continue to help the guild. They might just have like a guild bank, but
just one character, right?
Say that again, Ozzy.
Who knows?
Would it be better if we had like one character, so if you died, and you could only give stuff to the guild alt? That way, like, you know what I mean? So
well, the add-on would probably block the mailbox.
I'm ordering chicken bites from Pete Terry's.
He's saying if you don't have a personal bank, you'll actually always trade the Staff of Jordan, or like maybe if you have a bank alt, you would just send the Staff of Jordan to your bank alt instead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this: if you get a good item and Mary maybe wants it, do not give it to her. It is worthless. She's going to die.
I'm actually confused. What
Can we use the mailbox coming from you, man? I believe in you, Mary.
Someone explain
gonna kill her.
Thank you.
Can we use the mailbox?
Stop making funnies. Stop making funnies and tell me what the f y'all are saying.
Yeah, just people shut the fuck up, please.
Are we gonna have bank alts?
Yes. Why not?
It's guild self-found. Okay.
Well, is the mailbox gonna work to even?
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna ask.
Blocks the mailbox.
It blocks the mailbox from non-guild members.
You're right. So
It
let me
doesn't
see.
block
Like speed up the meeting, but isn't there like bigger points to talk about the mailboxes and
his own meeting.
This is a good question. No, okay, I'm sorry.
I have a
saying,
very important question. I have an important
Wait,
question.
Gudu is not false, but you know what will fix all those problems? Just make it SF, bro. That's
Shut the f up. Stop listening to your dumb shit.
I have a question. Can I group up with people who are not in the guild at all?
Hey, Peo, why don't you just level SSF?
Well, why will I if everyone else gonna cheat and play?
I mean, everyone else. Solo self-found is where you don't care about anyone else, right? Just look the button yourself and do
but
it.
it's just like, I think self-found will make it just more fun for everyone. And
No, it won't. You're fucking brain dead. No, it will not.
I hate him.
But you're the to think the opposite.
Who's approving our characters' RP stories?
The thing is, I agree with the SF thing. As a long-time WoW player, I like SF, right? But for new player, it's going to be way more fun with the guild trade because you get to have interactions. Like you can RP.
Right.
We have talks with
This
employees.
is not a 20-year veteran WoW guild. You're just lucky to be here.
Yes, but
the only
there's
reason you like SF is because you played the game.
I want to say one more thing, please. It's just like I feel like there's too many people like Soda or Miskiff or like the big streamer gonna get like a great value.
Wait, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Okay,
I said like people like I said like big streamer like Miz, Soda, or all Tyler. They all gonna get like or whatever. Like
and
like,
guess what,
you guys
Peo? I
finish my sentence?
I already know where you're going.
Nowhere near as big as Soda, man. What are you talking about?
I feel we should at least let him finish.
Go ahead, Peo. Go ahead. Everyone shut up. Go. Finish, Peo.
I just feel like you guys will get like more value of this GSSF thing. That's it. And it's like, let's see, like me or other people won't get as many items that you guys gonna get, and your level gonna.
But that's fine. You're a veteran, Peo. You own.
Peo,
Yeah, but like,
you shouldn't care. This guild self-found is legitimate. Hey, at the end of the day, if it's done right, guild self-found is meant to make the game harder for the sweats. So you dedicate your resources not even to your own character, but to the shitty guildies who can't play the game well.
I think that makes sense to me. That you're gonna sure the guys with like the most viewers and the most clout are probably going to be getting the most items from the guild self-found, but also it's because you don't want those motherfuckers to die. They're the ones keeping the viewership. Like that's the investment. You want those connections to stay. That's the juiciness to it. It's fine.
It is meant for that.
Question.
Yeah, I think it's gonna make.
I have a question on that note. Can we trade the items? Like speaking as somebody who's representing the sweats, can we trade the items we find for FKP or
no
whatever,
FKP this time?
You know,
we'll talk about the point system. There is a point system. So
can we trade it for the new point system?
Potentially. I mean, it can be within reason. So everything is pretty automated this time.
I'm muted.
Great. So we're doing guild self-found. We've talked about that.
I forget to mute. Liar.
Let Chance talk, please.
Who the fuck is that?
Annie, it's Annie. Mute Annie.
God damn it.
All right.
I didn't realize.
Cool. So we're doing guild self-found. We've talked about that.
Shut up.
It's over
Stop
SSF. There's
talking.
reasons for it. If you fucking cheat, we're not even. Again, I can't stress this enough. We're not going to make content and be like, haha, Bag Jones cheated. You're just going to get removed, and we're going to move the fuck on. Just remove the idea of cheating out of your vicinity. It's not happening. That's
I like
moving
that.
on. Next thing I want to go over. You're not going.
And he was talking about how everyone should just do solo self-found. I think that was the other point that Peo was making. Like, oh, you don't want to do guild found. Everybody should just do solo self-found. Everybody can only use items that they find or they get. And I feel like that's ass. That sucks. That's too hard for the new people. And the advantages of guild found is it does create more of like a community in the guild. It creates more like drama. Like there are more moments where it's like, oh, hey, why would you give they keep talking about the staff of Jordan. Why would you give the staff of Jordan to so-and-so when this person deserves it more? Or this person is, I don't know. You know, there's just more opportunities for content coming from guild found and more opportunities for interaction, which is overall what the whole thing is about.
Going to select your own race. You are going to be taking a quiz, and you will be taking that quiz today. This is not news to a lot of you, but some of you it is. You may play any race
I did see
or any class within that race, but your race will be decided
already.
based on a quiz that you will take at the end of this meeting.
Saw
At
a
the
little
end
bit of the
meeting,
quiz.
You'll have 1 hour to take it. We will reconvene, and we will announce what race a lot of you are. Moving forward to people afterwards, they will take the quiz, and they will find out immediately what race they are. But we're going to have a ceremony today to find out our foundation, if that makes sense. Go ahead, Ms.
First of all, I just want to say I fucking love you, bro. I've been following you for over like 9 years now.
Great. Stop making funnies. We have too much shit to do.
Okay, can you explain like the race stuff and everything to like a guy like Tyler who has a kid? Because I feel like he probably doesn't fit.
Okay.
Guy has a kid, man.
He does have a kid. Okay, so races in this game cannot play every single class. You cannot be a Tauren mage. You cannot be a Tauren rogue. You can't be a Tauren priest. So if you want to, but the only race that can play druid is Tauren, as an example. And we're gonna have some little funny, side games. We're making an add-on to make the race wars more fun.
Nice.
What do you mean by that?
I also think that this is a funny thing that they're doing is within their guild, each race is like its own faction. I think that's hilarious. I think that that's brilliant. Also, with like the guild found thing, it's like, oh hey, if you find like a great item, you want to give it to somebody within your own race, so that way they're more likely to succeed. And that's why I think they were talking about like trading it for like guild points or whatever. But it creates this. It's all about creating these added layers of like tension and drama and content. And it's just like, right now, none of this shit has started, okay? Onlyfangs is still like a week out or something by the time that I'm recording this. But it's like, all of this is like all ingredients that they're putting into the pot, okay? They're just getting all the ingredients ready, and they're getting ready to cook. Like everything starts really cooking once the server opens and once chaos truly ensues. I'd love to play with them, but right now it's going to be juicy. There's going to be so much to watch. As somebody who is a fan of classic WoW and also a fan of a lot of these streamers who have never touched it, I'm excited for it. That goes without saying. I've already talked about it. I've already talked about it in and out.
We're gonna be racing.
I've been waiting for this for a while. Maybe I should have worded that differently, but you know what I mean.
You worded it perfectly.
It's gonna get racist. I know what you mean, bro.
Is the racism mandatory?
Say again?
Is the racism mandatory?
Yes.
Is it ever not? That's up to you.
Has it always been? Racism. Let's not call it racism.
Yeah, we need a different.
Look, guys, yeah, don't call it. Just call it Azeroth grade again.
Whatever the f y'all want. Moving on. All right.
So Soda.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Last time it was like, you know, outside of the guild, we just play with like our homies in Discord and shit like that.
Sure.
It was just like if you hit 60, you got into the guild. Like, is there any restrictions on just chilling with the homies on this?
If you got 60, you got into the guild? No, that never happened. What are you talking about?
No, that was
the thing.
Let's Go Buccaneer Summit. This is totally different. We have official servers now, so everybody will be in the guild from level 1.
Are you talking about like when you died at level 59?
So what are yo, shut up, man. Yo, listen, these restrictions, I just want to know like restrictions to play with the homies, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Like,
you can't be bringing up somebody dying at level 59.
They can be invited to the guild. We do have a couple of homies in the guild. I don't want to invite too many and water down the guild. I guess as a way to word it.
That's fair.
But yeah, you're playing with a guild. Maybe we can allow dungeoning.
Can we not group?
Should we allow grouping?
I know, like my friends will look at this and be like, man, I want to play hard for a while.
It's not bad.
I think you can party with non-guildies. I don't want to. I think you should be able to party with other guildies. You can't raid without guildies, but you
at your own risk.
Yeah, I like that.
Good luck.
I say
Wait, does that include dungeons?
Yeah, dungeons. However, no getting
I mean,
carried.
most everybody on the
And chat's gonna be like, no, that's awful.
Most everybody on the server is going to know what's going on.
And a lot of people
with
are going to
the
be level 50 and 40, and we're going to be very spread out. You will not be able to fill groups with our guild. You just won't.
There will need to be a.
At first, you can.
So people can't group with really high levels, and possibly only grouping with solo self-found non-guildies could be.
Why don't we just fully commit?
I feel like then you're just putting too many restrictions on.
Is because again, all of the sweats are going to reach max level, the non-sweats are going to be low level, and they won't be able to run dungeons now.
I think that's good.
Who says you can run dungeons low level?
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, but also, if you are a sweat and are high level, why can't you go help a guild?
Okay, but they're level 60.
That's mob tagging.
Yeah, you can't just go into level 20 dungeons.
Yeah, higher level shouldn't do
So,
low.
let's just, guys, you can do dungeons with anyone. Just prioritize inviting guildies. Let's not be dumb. And if a situation comes in where I need to yell at someone, I just will. Like, why is level 30 in Wailing Caverns? Kick them out.
The priority is this, right? The priority is guildies. Can I ask, is the priority guildies, then race, then randos?
The race?
Race, then guildies, then randos.
Oh, so it's race, guild. Okay, gotcha.
Jesus Christ.
You can take your racism to any level you want.
The wording gets so funny with this.
I'm not trying to be Roddy.
All right.
I'm only playing with lords.
So, speaking...
I'm not trying to be with fucking cows, honestly.
Can you explain racism to a guy like Tyler?
He has a kid, I know.
He has a kid. He has a kid, yeah.
So, I do think, or at least I thought, that adding more... Like, you can roleplay the racism, but I wanted to add actual mechanics into it, so now we're going to talk about the point system for races.
Mechanical racism.
Okay.
There are going to be points, so there will be, the winning race and the losing race, and there will be weekly punishments and rewards to the certain races that are winning and losing. A lot of these points are going to be automated.
It being like a weekly competition is awesome.
Hold on. Let me try and open the game. So here's the add-on. If you guys are seeing this, it doesn't really have anything in it yet because Tactics is still trying to work on it and get the basically get everything into it. But there's going to be a leaderboard.
That's
and you're going
badass.
to gain
It's
points
cool.
for your entire race, and you're going to lose points for your entire race based on what you do, whether you fuck up or not. So if you die,
The
your
people
entire race is
putting
gonna lose, say,
all of
30
this
points.
together,
If you gain 10 levels, your entire race is going to
I got the
gain 10
utmost
points.
respect
if you level
for
any
him.
profession. Yes.
What?
Yes, it's basically Hogwarts. And if you level a profession to say 75 or every 75 points, you gain
Doing
points.
Hogwarts.
If you die from
That's
drowning,
so cool. I love this.
all of this is going to be automated. So I want
It is very cool.
It will,
There's
it's like FKP.
there's so
They're still
much
working
so
on it.
much
Let's hope it works.
opportunity for
You
content
can see the
coming
point
out
system
of it.
general. First to kill Captain Flat Tusk. So our sweats in the guild, the ones who are going to be leveling faster, you can earn points for your race, and you can give rewards to the shittier players of your race. Now the rewards, I'll talk about that. What we're going to do, every single week, I'm not sure how I'm going to accumulate this, whether it be donations from viewers or whatever. I'm going to build a weekly guild chest. This chest is going to have gear, and I'm not going to give everyone a f***ing epic. I'm not going to completely ruin the leveling experience, but there might be one epic in there. And that race will decide who the Staff of Jordan goes to, for example. Or maybe I'll give them 20 stacks of tin ore to help you speed level engineering. There will be a weekly chest, and then all of the points reset, and then the next week happens. The losing race every single week will have to spin a punishment wheel. And maybe 5 people will have to endure random punishments. Whether it be you have to order a lunchly and blend it and drink it on stream.
The punishment stuff is also very
Like in real life
fun.
punishment?
Like
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
it's
Or
prime
you will
for
have to
content.
punish
It's a beautiful thing.
No, you get to
Punish them
assign.
all.
Yeah, punish them all.
Oh,
You get to assign.
Punish them all.
You get to
Make Gracie need another hot chip.
You elect the biggest losers of your race.
Sure. As a race,
The
you can
lower
come to
class.
whatever conclusion y'all want. Like 5 punishments must be dished out. Choose who has to do them. But
Some
they
of
must
it
be
is
done by
just
the next week. There's
actual
other ones.
cruelty.
You have to play do an entire stream with a webcam mic. Let me open my notepad.
The entire stream
drink
with a
glass of thick
webcam
water.
mic is a
changed
crime.
Tyler's stream.
Like,
10
that's
minutes
messed
TTS,
up.
and the money goes.
I hate that.
Appreciate it, guys.
Dude, he has a kid. Stop name dropping him. He has a kid.
You have to do an entire day of listening to PvP music videos only. So your music must come from WoW PvP videos, and you can't watch the same video twice.
That's the best.
yeah.
That's badass. That's good music though.
Some people, they don't want to do copyright. Some, like VTubers, don't do face reveals. So we have things like VTubers have to use a furry avatar for an entire day. Things like that.
No, that's too bad. You have to get copyright strike. You have to
And that's
face
a good
reveal.
thing for
You
them.
have to face reveal.
All right.
What happens if you hate your own race? Can you grief your own race?
Yes,
Address
you
reveal,
can,
I
and your
like
own
that.
race can hate you. However you want to play this game is up to you.
Ooh, a self-hater.
So that
I've
is
been running their own race for years, dude.
Who's
Can we take
enforcing
anybody off
punishment?
our race?
Are there enforcers?
Wait, can we vote people off our race?
Quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet. So the discussion of race leaders. I talked about it. I went through a handful of people. The issue is the only people I can count on to like be on and be available and sweat and do everything and play the game are the WoW sweats. Most of which y'all are boring. So I don't. So I meant going to GTA.
Just
So
let
I thought
them
about
know.
going to GTA our peers, but I can't depend on them to be on all the time. So what I'll do is maybe every
You
week.
can, don't worry.
Every
You got a
week.
lot of them in here.
Every week, I am going to appoint the race leader for that week. It will change. And just depending on who's putting in the most time, who's probably paid the most attention, who's going to make the funniest jokes, who's actually there, whatever. Make the best decisions, the best content. I'm going to appoint them. It's going to change every week. That's what I think is the best. If we want to do an election,
I feel like changing
or
the
something
race
like
leader
that,
every
again, the
week
problem
is a
is,
little
and
bit.
I've talked with like even Moon, for example.
Every
like,
week is crazy.
They may not play or pay much attention. They don't want to commit that hard to it. So that's the issue with race leaders. We could try something, but I think it's better if I
Is
just appoint
Moon
someone every
Moon
week.
going to play?
And-
That's the
I will be
question.
the race leader for Undead. I will be such a good race leader, I promise.
You don't,
You don't even know if you're undead
Are
yet.
there any races that are ugly?
No, or all of Orc are, or sorry, Horde are ugly.
Roll are beautiful.
Let's not disrespect Quarrens, please.
Yeah.
Come on.
Don't group
Quarrens are based.
So that's the point.
Isn't it not fair that some of the races aren't they some OP? Like isn't
Yes.
Orc really OP or something?
They won't matter that much in PvE though.
In reality, a WoW sweat is going to be like, it's so different, but in reality, it's minor.
Miskiff, is that the max level diff for you?
Boxes are bigger.
So
Orcs
it's
are
not a
illegal
big deal.
aliens.
The biggest flaw is if you don't like the aesthetics of your race or it doesn't have a class you want to play. There are exceptions to the race selection. There's a couple of people that are doing like YouTube series, for example, where they're playing a specific race in a class. I'm allowing them to simply, if they want to carry that storyline or whatever their YouTube bullshit is into Onlyfangs, by all means. If you are dating someone
I mean, that's
and you want to be on the
interesting.
same team as them, I will allow it. And you cannot come out as gay today and just start dating on because he's on
What?
So not allowed to come out today.
What if we're not doing? It's actually going to be a really big day for me.
So you're basically just silencing. You're basically just silencing the LGBTQ. Nice chance. Really nice shit, dude.
That is
so
fucked.
fun.
Enforcing
Racism now
races. you. Choosing gay or not.
So I'm think there are
From
some
America.
exceptions, right? The only other exceptions I can think of are people who like I don't know, they're extremely new to the game. They played one class and they really want to play that class, and it's like a make it or break it. They won't play otherwise. Maybe I'll make an exception if you're a big enough streamer like that.
This person, I fucking hate people like this. This is part of the reason why like it's hard to watch WoW sometimes. Is like this person doesn't realize how fucking annoying they're being, or they do, but like there's always one where it's just like, hi, let me type some stuff in the chat about Twitch Prime, and then let me fucking try and trade you my refreshing spring water. Hi, I want attention while you're doing this. Hi.
That's literally it. But for the most part, I want everyone. You take
It's
a quiz,
my
that's your
bathwater.
race.
Yeah, see, like they
99%
can't
of you.
just
How much is a
fuck
big
off.
5,000
Exactly.
viewers. Zico and PS Hero, you are taking the quiz. There is no exception for either of you.
I feel like everybody should. That's the most
Seriously.
We're married
Hey,
though.
what,
PS.
I have said everything I just said. I would say 1 out of 100
He
people
is
aren't
ignoring
taking it. And in
them
this call,
so
there's
hard.
100
He's
people.
done this for
one
so
person may
long.
not take it. Like that's
It's
actually
just
it.
Rav. Everyone else take it.
Just Rav. Just say the name. It's Rav.
Hold on.
No, he's for the YouTube.
He doesn't have a
Barney,
kid.
dude.
He doesn't have to take it.
All right.
So I have a question for couples.
Go ahead.
Do both people in the couple need to take the quiz? And you
One
decide from
person's
there,
going to
or
take the
just one
quiz.
person? Okay.
I mean, in one case, you could both take the quiz and pick the better of the two if you want. If you're both like streamers and going to take it, but overall, if you're like the streamer and then say your boyfriend or girlfriend, you're going to go with the streamer's race that takes the quiz.
Okay,
You will be taking the quiz.
How the f do you play WoW and have a girlfriend? That doesn't make sense.
What's the play with your girlfriend anyways? That's the whole point of WoW.
Hey, Champ,
you
I
lied.
have
Does
a
your
question.
have a penis?
Chance, I have a question. I was going to do a YouTube series with me and Russell, but he tanks my viewership so low that I don't think I hit 5,000 if you add us up. Does that matter?
I didn't listen to you. What'd you say, Miz?
Dude, don't listen. He has nothing to say.
Okay,
He's just
so
talking
someone
He
else
just-
said they
he's
have another
making
question.
funny.
Can you speak up?
I do.
Go ahead.
Hello, this is Necrit, the right MMO guy. There are some people who, not too many people here, but there are some people who focus mainly on YouTube videos and don't stream as much.
Yeah.
Is there
Necrit is a good addition. I like Necrit, but he's a little bit of a cornball, and I wish that he would shave his goddamn face.
is there like consideration?
He's a
with,
good
like,
addition to
punishment and stuff like
OnlyFangs,
that for
though.
I mean, you could just Discord stream, like on camera for another streamer and say, drink your lunchly blended that way.
that? All right.
And let's be
Just
honest, the people streaming will want to do the punishment for the clip. So let's be honest.
So everyone is susceptible to this. Unless you're like a no face reveal person, you're turning your cam on and you're going to do the punishment when you're dished it. Simple as that.
But what if you are no?
Can we get? Thank you for meeting, right? Go ahead.
All right. Any other questions before we move on? That's the point system.
Wait, can you clarify? I think I missed it about whether or not we're able to group with people
You
for
can
like
group with
questing
people.
outside of outside of the guild. Okay, cool. Thank you.
I mean, to an extent, like if it's arguable, like you're just getting carried.
Remember, the priority is race, guild, randoms.
Okay, race, guild, randoms.
You're gonna have so many people getting carried.
Maybe
Julia's
within
not
like
sharing
one
much.
level
I
of
like
yourself.
People are just
I
going
don't-
to get carried
if,
naturally.
like you're trying to play
It's
with like
just-
your mod and your mod just can't get in the guild, but you're really good friends with your mod, or some shit like that. Yeah, fuck it, play with them. Whatever.
It's not gonna
But
be a
you
big
cannot trade
deal.
with them. You can't do any of that, regardless, even if you're grouping with them. Trading and all that is still guild.
Is
is there a way to just make
Still
it, like,
solo
some kind
self-found.
of light punishment for not
Guild
prioritizing grouping
self-found.
with the group, like the guild? You know?
That's a good idea because
Okay,
what
like-
you do is invite 4 non-guildies and have them pass on all the loot. I'm pretty sure everyone in here is going to prioritize the guild. That's the point of the thing.
If I see that happening, that'd be like use your common sense. Like I will yell at you. All right, and I'll deduct points from your entire race. I can still manually remove points. Absolutely.
Soda's
If you're
already
doing a
gearing
dungeon with
up
4
to
non-guildies,
do a lot of
yes, and
yelling.
they pass on loot.
Necrit
That
is
is
also playing, yes.
that
kick
is
him out.
that is
Yeah,
like
just kick him out.
that is gaming the system. That is stupid. Use common sense. Don't do that. Duh.
Dude, Champ, I'm just so excited you're
What
doing
if
this,
it's
man. I miss
off-stream?
you so much.
Shut up, man. Any other questions on the point system? I mean,
I also love you, Chance.
here's the add-on. It will. There's also going to be leaderboards. So you'll see first, daily, weekly, all-time leaderboard. That'll be in there. There's going to be a lot of firsts. So because we're doing guild self-found, we're not going to have any recipes. We're not going to have an enchanter. So the first person to
This
find
is
the
fun.
Defias
I like
Savory
this.
Delight. Granted, it's useless.
It's like baked in achievements for the whole thing. Like this is great. I love this.
It's 50 points for that entire race. First person to fly Flask of Supreme Power. Minor agility even. So these are big. That'll give you guys a lot of points. First person to find an Edge Masters. Good luck, but you can't auction house it. Swiftness Potion, Lionheart Helm, all of this. And this means... Go ahead.
I mean, all of that
I was about to
stuff
ask,
just
this
goes
auto
straight
tracks,
to
or
the
do we have to
guild.
submit it to whoever's the owner of this add-on?
I think... Tactics, are you there?
Yeah, it's automatic.
It auto-tracks.
I'm hitting the bottle.
There's
again,
a couple of
man.
things I think
I'm
Tactics
hitting
told
the
me that are
bottle.
not auto-tracked, but that's okay. It's not a lot of lift to manually notice who found the first flask of Petri, for example.
Yeah, it's not like they're gonna be pouring in.
Not the biggest
Another
deal.
question.
Go ahead.
Question about the add-in. About the add-in specifically.
Except
Are there any landmines? Thinking
how
about the
do
fact
I-
you might be logging on multiple
Necrit, go again, please.
Are there any landmines taking into consideration the fact that you might be logging on different computers where the add-on is installed separately?
Great question.
Should still work, but I'll
Not a
make
bad
sure
question.
to ask the dev.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
that's a Tactics question, but hopefully no issues.
Necrit
The thing is,
having
like, it's
good
common
sense.
you know?
Everybody else
Common
just
sense.
not shutting the
If
fuck
something
up.
red, like something flags up, like, oh, you logged on your computer for 10 seconds without the add-on and we noticed it, we're just going to ask you and just tell us what's going on. That's it. You're on your computer, so we'll just Discord message you, right?
I honestly don't think it's gonna be an issue. It should work.
There,
even if you use
and
using
that too.
one.
Well, there you
How
go.
many points
All
do you
right.
lose when you die, Kuh?
Well, it's set up in a way. That was the one thing I was worried about. I don't want people to be able to speed level, intentionally kill themselves, and then speed level again and have a net positive. So I want to say it's like 10 points per 10 levels, and you lose 30 points per death. So the only way to
What
make
if I hate my race and I kill myself over and over again?
you don't then you play the same
That's
race
good
over and
RP.
over again.
That's just good RP.
Wait, do we switch races if we die?
No,
No.
you do not.
No, there's like literally
your race.
nothing to be gained from that.
There are scenarios.
Your race
that-
hates you.
There are scenarios that I'm open to. Let's say you're doing a dungeon and you're a Tauren, right? And in this group, a fellow Tauren shaman is in your group, and they pulled everyone with their totems, and your whole group wiped. You can change races if the situation calls for it, and you want to because you hate your fellow Taurens for you over. Like, I will allow race changes when the time comes, but that's like my
fucked.
own personal hand to getting put into it if the situation
For
calls for it.
Can we vote to kick someone off our race? Like,
I
you know,
think we
if
kick
they're-
someone off our
if
race.
they're dead, yeah.
Change your race right now.
What if they're not dead? Can you vote them off?
Yeah,
we
yeah,
publicly
vote
get
them
him
off, have an
exiled.
We
executioner,
can and
they kill
things.
everyone.
What if
Things-
that benefits them though?
Things
Like,
like
what if I
that.
would actually switch?
and
Things-
whoever wins has to change race.
We're not going to be able to manually change the race yourself. It's not going to happen. If it's so obvious, you're like just trying to kill yourself. Like, can I race change? It's not happening. You're just going to start level over again.
I know that
so
there's
in order
there's
to
all
elect
there's
to
always going to
combat
be people
our,
trying to game the
president?
system or be annoying.
Like a council, maybe.
I'm glad that everybody's
For
asking
example,
questions.
someone has to dish out my punishments.
We need a
Checks and
balance of power.
balances in the
Oh,
guild.
you know I will.
I'm glad that they're all like
clarify,
all
are we
asking
going fresh?
questions,
Electoral
but
college.
it's
We're
like
going fresh servers. All right. Any other questions on the point system? Because that's still being worked on. That will be in. It will be automatic. And I've told you the rewards. I've told you the
They're
punishments. There will be
cooking.
more punishments, but you get the concept, right? That's the point here. All right. Next
Sounds
thing.
good.
We are going to have proximity voice. A lot of you already seen this. I don't think it's ever been in the game, but Mocktail's been cooking up some really hot shit.
proximity voice is good
We
and
have a
fun.
couple videos to show you guys.
It's good.
Here's a video.
Especially
it's
with the
exceptionally
RPers.
stupid, and it's perfect. Just to show proximity voice.
Because you want to leave a little hole on the side to allow air in. That way it's not like completely sucking.
Yo, Kermoto.
He's got fire in his back.
Hello, how's it going? And then I said, innkeeper, I hardly know her.
How to get back to Valkyrie Dunes. Like, I want to get out there and level up.
Yeah, take your clothes off, you dirty paladin.
Hit me. Hit me real good. Daddy needs a beating. Yeah. Oh, I can feel the light. I can feel it. I'm healing. Oh, do you mind?
Can't you see we're a little bit busy?
Sorry.
All right.
Areas.
I'm asking for research.
That's good. That's
Okay.
good.
You tell Tyler one
Oh my
not to
God.
watch that. He has
So
a
I
kid,
try to keep
man.
it family friendly, man. Come on.
Yeah, what is this? It's all
Yo,
his
this is
too.
sick. I'm down.
So that
That's
video
good
was done.
content.
C-Dank, whoever made it, good job. Just to show you guys.
It's
what
a corny
we can do with
video,
it.
but it's like
if you
it's
looked at
funny.
it, the UI, you'll see there
That
was
was me laughing because something was so funny.
there
Is
is
there
a
a
whisper.
longer version of the video?
No, let Chance speak, please.
It is just like GTA RP. There is a whisper mode. Your voice will only travel
And
10
just
yards
like
in-game.
GTA
There is a
RP, it's
normal
gonna
talk
have
mode,
the
and then
most
there is a yell mode. You
annoying
can see the
people
mic in the video. It'll tell
on
you which
Earth.
mode you are on. There is toggle mute. There is push to talk, and there is open mic. There is another thing that Mocktail sent me. He's the one who worked on this add-on, so cheers to Mocktail. Let me find this video. And it doesn't really show it. This is not shown in the video you guys watched, but I recommend you watch it. This is a new addition. When you're talking, a hue will glow behind your name.
That is me.
Oh, Mocktail? Hello? Am I in Discord still?
Yeah.
Yes. That was insanely quiet. Wow, I was impressed. All right, well, either way, I linked the video. You guys can watch it and just see the hue that lights behind your name.
We can all get close to
That's so cool.
Question.
That's what the add-on really needed. That's awesome.
I think the add-on really needs
proximity chat.
I think the add-on needs if a rogue goes stealth, their name doesn't come up when they talk.
We already
Very
added
good
that.
content.
We already added that.
Oh my god, yes.
That's good RP.
Chance, isn't it basically the rogue? It's like you have to get close to them or something.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily.
I'm gonna annoy the shit out of Miss.
I mean, Mocktail has been cooking up some good shit. I remember saying to Mocktail, hey, we need to like a hue or something behind the names. And he said, that's not, I don't know if that's going to be possible. 1 week later, hey, I did it. So that's
the actual goat.
That's essentially where
That's
we're
cool.
at. And I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with the rogue feature. Yeah, Mocktail cooked up proximity. I don't think proximity voice has ever been in WoW before.
That's badass.
No.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
No, it's been in since the beginning.
This is one of the simplest changes that we've made. And it's by far and away going to be the biggest impact. Yeah, I don't, maybe like someone did some proximity voice, but not to a large scale, which we're putting it on a pretty large scale. It's game changing.
Huge for the RP.
Is it going to be public?
So the way the proximity voice will work, you could leak the add-on to the public. It wouldn't change anything for us. It only puts you in voice calls with people if both people have the add-on and they're both in the same guild. So if the public wanted to use this,
There you go.
they
That's
can.
badass.
Absolutely, they can. They just have to be in the same guild and they have to be both have the add-on. There is no leaks. We will not hear random viewers. You will only be able to proximity voice with the people also in the guild.
That's good.
So, question. I had to restart my computer for a second, so you might have already mentioned it. Will, if they're in the guild, but they're just walking around town, can you hear them without being in the same group?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck, that's
You can
cool.
do drive-bys.
To
The only,
clarify, it does or does not work in raids and dungeons?
so in Dungeons and Raids, this kind of sucks. It does not. It does work, but it doesn't work as proximity voice. It's the equivalent of a Discord call. If I'm on the farthest end of the dungeon and you're at the entrance, you will hear me as if I'm next to you.
That's being worked on, by the way. There might be a janky workaround for that.
Okay, but it's basically some API thing that Blizzard changed a long time ago because there were weak auras and add-ons that made like mythic raiding too easy based on tracking your location. And I think that is why the proximity voice doesn't work on the location tracking in Dungeons and
Weird.
Raids. But it does work in the world of Warcraft.
The dudes making all these like mods and
But in
add-ons
Dungeons and Raids,
for
it
the
doesn't work.
sake of
Maybe it'll get work done,
Onlyfangs,
but
God
if not,
bless
it's
them.
okay. This
They're
is still
doing
phenomenal as is.
They're doing
That
incredible
is
work.
proximity voice. Next thing on the list. Let me see what else we have to fucking discuss. Oh, the point system.
That's
Another
incredible.
part.
I
When
respect
we get to
that.
rating, the race that week that is winning, that has the most points, will get to roll 1 through 100 for loot, and the race that is losing will only get to roll 1 through 85. You will have nerf rolls.
That's killer.
So your
That's
losing race,
awful.
you don't want to lose even at max level. It doesn't just affect leveling; it does affect endgame. So try to get your race higher. At the end of the day, we are still a team, and we are trying to clear Nax together as one unison guild. But this adds for some
Hell
stupid,
yeah.
fun bullshittery.
Will that be an additional punishments at max level, or this is like a replacement?
What do you mean?
Like the last place race punishments? Is it going to be that plus the
punishment wheel is getting spun whether you're 60 or not? You can get selected.
Okay, even if we're rating.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, if somehow you manage to go into a raid at level 1, like your rolls are going to be nerfed. Just like it goes all the way, if that makes sense. Next thing, that's pretty much everything in game. We have the point system. We've got proximity
Nice.
voice. We talked
Nice.
about guild self-found only. We're going to play on the fresh new server that is unfortunately progressive or whatever the.
They might
do's
do
and don'ts. Don't be
accelerated or
weird in
something
proximity
like
voice.
that.
Trying to see what else we need to go over.
Wait, but Chance, is this kind of? I feel like the progressive thing could be kind of sweet because like if we just it like gives us time to like relax and then come back to it. I feel like it's kind of good, no?
We are not getting locked back into the progression.
Exactly. Like, so we can do season 2 of Onlyfangs in a few months. Yeah, it kind of dies, but it'll come back. No,
Listen,
seriously,
like,
we
we
could
could
season 3 a few months after that if we're all not dead yet.
Okay,
we could create like a reality TV show.
Hey, this is
Right,
this is
I mean,
something
I
to be
don't hate
discussed
it.
when we're all level 60 and we've cleared Molten Core.
We'll make a battle.
Can you
pass.
give an example of what weird voice chat is?
I mean, okay, just don't be weird.
This rogue and say the N-word on the stream.
So
Good
because we have proximity
Thank you,
voice,
Russell.
and we have a bunch of streamers, hopefully everyone's been kind of vetted, and we don't have any weirdos that are just gonna like follow people around. Don't just run at the big streamer and be on the big streamer all the time.
Yeah.
Because I can tell when it's happening. Like all bullshit aside, just be genuine. Try to be genuine as much as you possibly can. Don't be 12. I understand edgy.
There's
humor.
gonna be.
I understand making.
No matter what you do, there's going to be, with this many people that they have in OnlyFangs in the guild, there's going to be annoying clout chasing. I feel like that's just a guarantee at this point. That I mean, you're good. You have randoms that are just friends with the big streamers. I mean, you have people of all kinds of like stream sizes, and you have people that are just World of Warcraft, gamers. You know, there's gonna be a little bit of that annoying give and take with like the big streamers and the small streamers. I think there's probably gonna be somebody kicked out for being an absolute nuisance. And I can only imagine somebody. The RPers are gonna love the local chat, the local voice and stuff like that. I feel like that's gonna be great for them, but other people might not be able to handle it and be entertaining and hold frame, maintain composure, and be normal. It's too bad, but I feel like, once again, it's ripe for content. There's gonna be something that happens where somebody's gonna get kicked out for being just a piece of shit. You already see it coming. You already know that it's happening. I mean, you have GTA RPers, and even in the vetted GTA RP server, there's still people that get kicked off because they're just fucking annoying, awful, terrible, nuisances, not in character. They just are. Clout chasers, stuff like that. It's bound to happen, but obviously I hope that everything's chill and everybody's happy and everybody's having a great time.
Jokes here and there.
But the
these
drama,
people
the
don't know you.
content,
So
man.
just get to know people more before you start pushing lines. I'm going to probably just be ruling with an iron fist. If there's a point where it's, you're too immature for this,
Yeah.
you're just going to get kicked.
What if we are genuinely weird?
That's fine. I can tell when that's happening. Like, all bullshit
Keep it
aside.
to yourself, man.
I don't want to scare you guys to not interact with anyone. I want you to have fun. These are like extreme examples. I'm just warning you that I am looking at that kind of stuff, and I see it as a future problem with proximity voice. I'll deal with it. Try to be not problematic if you can. Go ahead.
Let's say there's someone that's like not good at the game that, you know, we're like about to raid and they just can't get to 60 because they're terrible. Are you going to start allowing mob tagging, or are you just going to say there's no mob tagging yet?
Hey, that's a guild discussion for way the fuck later.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when you come to it, Miz.
Like, we might
Get to 60. I'm not going into a dungeon with you.
Anybody who's not going to
Summit, you are in the wrong guild if you're trying to only play with good players.
Oh,
we have people.
Listen, make it 60 doesn't mean you're a good player, but if you die 100 times before it means you're a bad player, right? I mean,
You know I got you, dog.
Yeah.
It's not about how many times you die in hardcore. It's about how many times you start a fresh character and you get back on that motherfucking grind and learn from your mistakes. Yeah. But also, like, if you're dying like a lot, then you need help. I wouldn't want to raid with somebody who's got, you know, frequent, you know, frequent dire miles. You know what I'm saying?
So we talked about pacing. Okay, so real life meetings. We're going to have some of those. This guild has definitely gotten so big that, you know, you can't just do a ton of IRL meetings and just exclude 90% of the guild, but we will still have them. There is going to be a real life guild meeting.
It's content.
Miz, you decide when you want to do it. I would guess maybe a week in. We might do a Secret Santa Christmas meeting.
Fly me out. Fly me out.
I'm not paying for your flight, but you're welcome to fly out.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes,
Listen, iDubbbz came to our meeting, and then he went live the next day and said it was boring and not worth it. And it wasn't wrong. I told him it was a PowerPoint, and it was a PowerPoint.
We made food, though. You got food. You got free food.
Hey,
Yeah, we
to
do
be
that.
fair, iDubbbz didn't enjoy the meeting because I put him in his place.
Damn!
Let's go, Pops.
Do we have a physical
Wait, I don't
location
even remember
still
what
for
happened.
meetings?
That's up to Miz. Miz is in control of IRL meetings.
Yo,
Can
can
we
we
do
make
that at
Tyler
Miz's
one
house?
main tank?
Yeah, who's gonna be the main tank?
I am main
Personally, vote
tanking.
for Tyler one.
It has to be a 7-foot-tall unit.
No chance. You shouldn't be the main tank again.
Yes, he should.
I'm bald, so I'm a good candidate.
It should be somebody who's worse.
So here's what we're doing.
Should be somebody who's worse.
I am going to main tank. Miz can off tank. I
I
don't
like
have
that.
set other off tanks. That is up in the air. If you make it to max level and you're the one getting funneled decent gear and you find yourself in that position to off tank, I don't care who you are. You can do it.
Mary, this is your chance.
This is my moment.
It's a game of
I vote
Thrones.
Mary.
Let's go!
You got it.
I can confidently say Mary will not make it to 60 and be in a position to be the third off tank, but I'm open to it.
You literally said that last year. You literally said that last year that I wouldn't hit 60
Mary,
and
you
I
got
did.
mob tagged. Relax.
Mary, you're not making it.
That was not me.
Man, they hate Mary, dude.
I have
What
never
the
made
hell?
it from 1 to 60 on a warrior in solo self-found. I did Tizdungo and I got to level 50. Okay, neither has Summit, to be honest. It's
damn.
We got to 59.
Why are you doing that?
I am legitimately
throwing
worried
the
about
shade,
even
man.
myself getting to 60 without dying. This is going to be very difficult. You can be the best player in the game. Bullshittery can happen. I think we will have another meeting the day before. Go ahead.
There's
Zico.
gonna be a lot of bullshit.
Are we just saying that's not true?
I got a question. Are we gonna have a limitation on the add-ons that people use?
So no.
No, we're just gonna be using NPC Finder all day, making sure we don't get mopped up.
Absolutely, baby. Absolutely, you should. There are obviously proximity voice is required. Obviously, the point system add-ons required. We had required add-ons last time because I didn't want people to die. You need to have NPC scanners. You should have, if you don't know how to level, you should have rested XP or something of that like caliber to help you quest. You should have. There's a ton of add-ons you should have because it's
Answer the question. What happens if I don't get Tauren and I was supposed to be the off tank as a druid?
I mean, you don't have to play druid. No one said you had to.
Warrior.
I have a question.
Yeah, just play something else, man.
Shaman can tank too.
Shaman cannot tank.
Shaman can tank.
Very important. Very important. We are getting to the point where I'm going to send you out
Shaman
to take a
cannot
quiz.
tank.
However, I need all of you to check the announcements page in this Discord, and you need to pre-register. Okay? You need to do your quiz, and do not leak it. Do not show on stream. This is not stream content while you register, please. Okay?
Ozzy?
He said that the registration is closed, unless that was a mistake.
Oh, I just got messages from Volps. Whatever the f is going on, if you haven't registered, please register. It makes it easier. So these steps we've taken so that you cannot cheat on this quiz. You cannot practice this quiz.
What else are they talking about?
I've not talked
Oh,
this whole time.
Jesus.
You're right. Fine. Go
Before I
ahead.
register, what's the point? Why should I do this?
Seer.
Good question. Good
Like,
question.
Never mind.
Why would I want to do
I want to
this?
hear
Seer.
this. Why should I do this?
Because my body, everything in my instincts is saying not to do it.
You are the lowest caliber gamer. And I want you to prove. And last time you got, did you make it to 60? I don't think you met the quota
I
with
got to
cheating.
56, okay.
You got close through tons
And I
of
didn't
cheating.
die once. My first time ever playing.
Through an insane amount of cheating, mob tagging, getting like bought fiery weapon enchants, bow of searing arrows, everything. People would say it didn't count. This is your time to prove that a trash role player Andy can play this 20.
I've not role played in a very long time.
Okay, sorry.
Holy shit.
TCG simulator main can boot up classic WoW and actually hit 60 in the hardest leveling mode the game has to offer, which is pretty much SSF. Granted, it's not SSF, and we're going to probably funnel all of our guild shit to you. Fuck 'em. Prove them wrong, Seer.
You were my favorite streamer during this whole thing. You have to do it.
Seer, you should hear what they say about you. They call you a fluke, a wannabe, loser, bullshit. This is your chance to prove them wrong. Everyone's saying it.
Seer, we're gonna make so many memories.
Everyone's
Look at all
saying
the
it.
friends we're gonna make.
I did not say that.
Can we take the quiz for fun?
No, you cannot take the quiz. Oh, yeah, Ampi, of course you can. Yeah, because I know you're playing undead. So other exemptions I have, like, for example, Ampi, I think, is going for server first, level 60. World first, level 60. I am not going to hold Ampi back from trying to do that. I'm going to allow him, and he's been practicing. If you I'm a speed leveler too. No, you're not. Okay? Ampi is. I'm allowing him to play undead mage because that is what he is practiced as, and that is the class that he can level the fastest on. So there are exceptions like that, for example. In Ampi, you can take the quiz.
Respect.
Can he trade and
But you can't say you're gay for
Go ahead.
Ampi.
I'm not trading.
It's fucked up.
So I want to bring this up now because we talked about it before, and we still want to talk about it during maybe a meeting. The idea of talking with the guild about having guild merch and then using that merch to raise funds for a charity. Is that something that we can still look at having?
Yeah, so
I feel
we
like
can
that's
do
a good
that.
call.
I still am not positive on a direction if we want to do merch. We can. Last time I basically just shut it down and said I don't think we're cool enough for merch.
What if we do the merch and instead for charity, we buy gold with it?
We could do that too. We can say fuck charity.
Tabards.
We can say fuck charity. Yeah, we can do merch. It's debated. This will probably be an off-stream discussion.
I feel like letting each race design their own merch and then like have that contribute towards charity or like in-game points, just like, you know, repping.
My opinion.
There's a lot of
Like what kind of
opportunities
shirts? I don't want to do crazy over-the-top designs. I would prefer simple.
Hey, Chance.
Can we do it for like the racism?
Yeah, we can maybe have 4 shirts and we can make it like the winning shirt that sells the most. The race gets points in game.
Something on the back of the shirt says "Take tears, fall back, the Roddies," something like that.
Like you could do Onlyfangs and the Roddies or cows, whatever. Yes, we can.
Not cows, okay? We come up.
I mean,
Chance.
what?
Is undead like really hard to level as? Like, would you say it's like the harder race?
No. Ampi is choosing to level as.
No, I'm asking you just because I was thinking about going undead.
You don't get to pick.
Yeah, I know, but
I have
my quiz
I
will
actually
make
have a
me.
question though. So
Oh,
let's
that's
say
fine.
for tanking, is there one race that's actually like way better?
Depends on what boss you're fighting.
Not really.
What's the best
Usually
Yeah,
Taurus.
so what you mean?
Orin technically because
No,
your hitbox is
no,
too
God,
big.
no.
Weapons go down.
All right, so basically, let's just talk about Horde. Let's talk about the fact we're playing Horde. We played Alliance last time. We had Paladins. Now we have Shamans. This is a different game.
Ugly people.
This is a different game we are playing. Shamans will increase our overall damage output. However, we have no blessing of salvation, which reduces the threat. In Classic WoW, threat is a problem. You want the boss hitting the main tank, okay? Y'all's DPS is limited by how much damage and threat the main tank can generate, all right? Now, granted, I'll have Whirlwind and my threat will be crazy. Sometimes I'm not going to get procs, and you guys do. You will pull threat, and you may potentially die. It happens all the time. Horde just dies. Overall higher damage.
That way.
But you're
Didn't
gonna
we say in our last meeting that we were going to be Alliance?
No.
No.
We were maybe the meeting
voted on that. Didn't we not?
I think I left it.
He vetoed the vote.
I vetoed it. This is before we had.
What the fuck was the point of the last meeting then? I was here for like 4 hours, man.
Word won that poll anyway. It was just by like one vote.
So basically, it was 50-50, and I said whatever the fuck is winning.
Meetings take hours.
I said whatever the fuck is winning by the time we start.
It would be so fucking stupid for them to just do Alliance again. I'm sorry, but that's like a really dumb suggestion. I feel like from a viewer's perspective, like as a guy who really enjoyed Onlyfangs the first time around, I watched a ton of different streamers that were doing it. To do Alliance again would just it's not as hype. You know, it's like, okay, they've been there, they've done that, they're just doing it on a fresh server with a new set of rules. But doing it fresh server, new set of rules, everybody is Horde, that then when they finally do get to raiding, it throws a whole new wrench into everything. And I think that that's way more exciting.
Is what we're going to play. However, this is before we had to add on with proximity voice and all these different things to make it different. And I thought to myself, why the fuck are we going to play Alliance again? It's not different enough. Let's just play Horde. And also, people wanted it, so I just vetoed it and said that we're playing Horde. Let's just change it up. Let's force it, make it happen. So here we are. And it's been like that for a while now. We're not playing Alliance.
Yay.
At this point, also, all of the challenge add-ons and everything is built for Horde. So we are playing Horde. It's decided. It's done. It's not changing.
We wouldn't have
I like that.
So, yeah, true.
On Horde, Mary.
Wait, Mary, do you know what a Makara is?
Yeah, I tried it when I was practicing.
Oh, is there a Makara?
How'd that go?
So
I love the Macarena.
So in-game events that we're going to have, we're going to have hide and seek with proximity voice, maybe hot and cold, and there will be rewards. We're going to have scavenger hunts hosted by Winky again, classic. We might even do quiz / game shows. I think Burn wanted to host those. These will have significant rewards. I would love it
Burn
if I could,
even stream
get selected
anymore?
to go on the Family Feud. It'll be in-game proximity voice with Burn or whatever, and the winner can get an epic item of their choice within their level. It can be fun and crazy. We can do some cool shit, and there could be more events. We can do a mock Garage tournament. I just don't want to kill all of our play. I don't care if the sweats die. You guys can re-level, no problem. So maybe we'll do something like that, and we'll have like the winning race. Someone represent their race. We could do something.
That's exciting.
Silent.
Yo, am I late?
Who the fuck is
A
that?
race war.
No, you're just on time.
Extremely late.
Okay, guys, we can start now. Everybody's here.
Hold on 1 second. What about the fact there will be 10 layers on fresh? Should we try to corral everyone on one realm? Oh, I think we don't worry about it at first. Maybe we do try and just force ourselves into one phase, but the issue with that is I feel like viewers would try and get on our phase too. It's just gonna.
If we're all grouping with each other, we should end up on mostly the same layers.
I was just thinking maybe like we just pick a layer and like try to get on this layer just so like you can have the drive-by interactions of like.
Yeah, no,
I feel like WoW. The reason that I don't enjoy like WoW is partially because of all the layering and the you being on the same server as all these people, but being like being in the same area but not seeing that person. Like I'm sorry, I'm rambling a bit now, but that is something that really killed WoW for me. Is it killed server identity. It killed familiar faces. You know what I mean? It killed familiar names. Like you'd be adventuring around and you'd see like the same people going the same routes, doing the same quests as you. Now you don't see that anymore. It doesn't happen. And it's really unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
I agree with that. We can have like an overall prioed layer that like, hey, try and be on layer 4. And there's an add-on that can track what layer you're on, blah, blah, blah. For the newer players who have never played, we are going to have a PowerPoint, mandatory, Tyler, for you guys to be at it. I want to go over all of the things that can kill you. For example, layering and how it can spawn mobs and you die. Things like that. There's, huh?
What is layering?
Is that gonna be?
That's going to be the day before we actually level.
Oh yeah.
So it's fresh in your mind. So
No chance. We're 100% doing the 21st.
100%. We are doing the 21st. We're playing on fresh. What day of the week is the 20th?
Thursday.
Okay.
Wednesday is the 20th.
Okay.
Wednesday the 20th.
So on Wednesday. So
He said he did a fig.
Next week, same time, I'll have a PowerPoint ready. I will already get my mods working on it. It's going to go over just basic shit. You do not have to be there. It's not mandatory, but if you are worried about leveling, you should be there. There are unique, like for example, now Horde has elevators. I don't know if you guys ever looked at the hardcore WoW death map, showing like creating really big red spots.
The
where
Horde
people tend to
elevators
die.
are
People died in the main Horde cities
trap,
all
man.
the time, which we would think is the safest place.
Spoil it. All the deaths are hilarious,
Mary
man.
already died to Son of Aragorn.
I am gonna. They're still gonna
No
die. PSR.
spoilers, man.
They're still gonna die. What do you mean spoilers? These are the people trying to fucking help. They're still gonna die. You can die in elevators. You can get layered, and you can die that way.
Dude, you're gonna, yeah.
There are elites, Son of Auragals. They're level 24 elites in the undead zone that just patrol while you're level 12, and they one-shot you all over the place. There are things to look out for that a new player will not know unless you learn the hard way. You do not want to start hardcore, learning from the beginning the hard way all the way to 60. You'll be resetting constantly.
People will quit. I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What if the quiz makes a different proportion for the amount of people in each race?
So we've done a couple of testings here and there. Overall, Tauren is the least selected, but that is partially on purpose because it has the least available classes. So
most of us that want to play Tauren.
Well, keep in mind that once you get like when you die, your team loses points. Yes, one race may be with a huge disadvantage in the point system. Yeah, and you can also you can say the undead is the most popular and they have it the easiest. They get tons of points. Taurens can shit talk and say they're playing the easier version of the game. And Taurens are the real champs.
Handicaps for that? Can we get extra special points for birthdays and stuff? Because my birthday's on the 21st, and I think I'm gonna be Taurens. We get a bonus, right?
Absolutely not. So, and again, the point system resets every single week. So, yes, if you have the most players, you're going to be leveling like crazy, but you're going to get max level, and then it's harder to get more points. It should somewhat even out, but it's still going to be unfair, and that's life. Deal with it.
Elect leaders.
So, I talked about race
Can we
leaders.
muck around for leadership positions?
No. We can discuss some leadership
I
like
keep
council
wanting
bullshit
to do
and what
mock
obligations you guys have,
Garat.
but I talked about why I was against that. I don't want to put I don't trust other people to stay in this game unless they're a WoW player, and I don't want to put too many WoW sweats in leadership positions again. So that's sort of where we're at. I would prefer.
Also,
it's in a.
Huh? It's in a. Hello. It's in a ...
Hello.
I think Shobek just unmuted on X.
Okay. Overall, I don't have a whole lot left to go over. I talked about GSF. I talked about SSF. I talked about the potential cheating. We talked about proximity voice. We've talked about the point system. We've talked about rating and how the point system affects that. IRL meetings, in-game meetings, just sweats over non-sweats. Don't be a piece of shit. I think we are ready to take our quizzes and find out what race we're gonna be.
All right. I mean,
fun.
this is the
Good
end
luck.
of the video.
See you guys then.
Bye.
Okay. Holy fuck. That actually went better than I thought it would.
All right. I think personally, I think the new set of Onlyfangs stuff is gonna be great content. I sort of wanted to speed through the end there because it was very front loaded with like fun stuff to talk about, cool, interesting concepts that they're gonna be introducing. Once again, a lot of props to the sweats and the people who are making the mods and the add-ons and like organizing everything on the back end. I think that it's going to be a great time. I personally cannot wait to watch Tyler 1 to get into it. I don't watch a whole lot of Tyler 1, but I'd tune in for this. And there's a lot of other people in the guild, familiar faces and names that yeah, I think it's going to be a great time. It makes me want to log into WoW again, play on that hardcore server, and just bear witness to their growth. But maybe I can just bear witness from the perspective of sitting in my computer chair and watching them on Twitch or something like that. That's going to do it for this video. A little bit reaction content. This is something that I care about and I like watching and talking about and having opinions on. Not something that I am anywhere near big enough to get invited to, but I like talking about it, and so I wanted to do a react video on it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all those beautiful, wonderful things. I appreciate you. It is time for me to bid farewell to you. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.